Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Rush holding it down with the Labudo Network. Right now, promoting my side hustle, Rush Enterprise. If you're in the state of New Jersey, you need armed guards or unarmed guards, call up my business line and I'll line it up. The bigger the contract, the more money we make together, you heard? Right now, we about to expound on another movie. Yeah, I mean? Something about Mary. That movie came out in 98. Um, Yo, man, yo, fame, man, let the people know what's popping.
Oh shoot! Look at you. You came with some information to Sound Rush. You came with the. Yeah, that's good though. Hope everybody enjoying their weekend. Yeah, you came with the info, man. Yeah, I forgot the year anyway. 1998. Yeah, something about Mary. How y'all doing this weekend?
Doing good, doing good.
Yo, I'm feeling good, feeling great, man.
I'm about to
That's
cook on
good.
this movie, man.
Yeah, cause I told you it was something at its finest, man. This is literally
Yo,
the
this
dating
was listen,
landscape
listen.
today.
This is
Even
on
though
the
it's funny as hell.
whole.
Go ahead, Rush.
Yeah, this simping was on a whole nother level, man. Like a lot of deception was what's going on in it, which made the movie so fucking funny, bro. I forgot how funny that movie was, bro, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I didn't.
But
I love this
yeah,
movie.
man, like yo, what's y'all yeah, but I was a youngin when that movie came out, man. So like the I mean the movie was funny, but it's even more funnier to me now as an adult. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah, I watched
yeah,
it. See,
man,
I
like
watched it throughout
definitely
a couple
that
times
was a
throughout my
good
life.
film.
Yeah, even though, yeah, man, this. Oh my God, man. But the level of simping, I didn't really realize, till later on. But yeah, this movie is hilarious.
Right.
It is hilarious. So you
Yeah,
want to get
there,
those
it's
ratings
definitely
first?
a funny ass movie, man. But there was one part that I was disgusted with, but I'll wait till we get there, man.
No, we good. We'll get to these ratings first.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into ratings.
For
I don't have
me, as
the
a
scale
comedy.
up.
Oh, okay, you don't got the skills today. Okay, so as a dang, I want to give it because it's a silly ass movie too. So I, for me, I'll give it an 8.
I'm gonna give it a yeah. I gotta give it around a 8. It's still a great movie,
Yeah,
and it's timeless, man.
especially
Because
I'm gonna give it a
yeah.
7.
you're gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
So what you gonna say, Jerk? You
Yeah,
said
because
it's
it was
timeless.
real funny, man.
Yeah, because man, it had me thinking, man, motherfuckers don't know how to make good movies anymore. Because this like what year was
Yo,
this?
98.
98, bro.
98, man, and man, I was still dying laughing. But there was some new dynamics just going back and looking at it. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't captured this when, like Russ said, we was younger. So, but it was
Yeah,
still funny as fuck. So for the concept of this movie, how they came up with that, I'm like, man, people ain't making movies like that anymore, comedies especially.
yeah. Yo, rom coms today suck. Like it's
Yeah,
a rare time. Like we watch the Materialist, but they're not funny. They just end up being like romance, romance drama, and like they forget about the comedy. But yeah, back in the early 2000s and the 90s, rom coms was popping. Like they was on top. Wedding Crashers and all of those, like those was
yeah,
really
fire.
up there. Let me get to the plot of this movie before we start. And so the plot of this movie is a man hires a private investigator to find his high school dream girl, but the investigator falls for it too, leading to a chaotic rivalry filled with lies and absurd events. And it's starring Cameron Diaz, Ben Stiller, Matt Dillon, Lee Evans, and Chris Elliott. And the title should be "There's Nothing About Mary." That's my title for this movie. Even though,
What was
you
that
know,
title again?
even though Cameron Diaz in her prime, she was bad. I loved her. This title should be "There's Nothing About Mary." She's terrible. She's low key terrible, and you'll figure it out as we go through this. Damn, I forgot to get the writer of the movie, the writer and director. Shit.
Well, it's directed by those Farrelly brothers, or
Oh, okay,
Peter
okay.
Farrelly,
Yeah.
Bobby Farrelly, and
All right.
story by Ed the Cater and John Schross.
All right. Good, good, good. Yeah, that should be the title. There's nothing about Mary, man. She is not like, come on, man. Y'all gotta. She was, man. But this is the way women today operate, and this is the way men, just majority of men, these simp niggas operate today. So I got some questions too before we start. Pull up the photo of all of the men in this movie, Rush. I don't got a title. It's just a picture with four of them, all four of them, and they got their name on the picture. We're gonna start with this
All right,
because
hold up.
these fucking guys.
This had me wondering, man. There might need to be another tier of simp.
I think they all psycho simps.
Yeah, I know, because I know they fit in that territory, but I'm like, man, is there like a creeper simp?
You know what? A line and manipulation? Yeah, bro. Yeah.
No, nah, these niggas are psycho simps. I'm sorry for the stuff they was doing. These niggas are all psycho simps. They're listen. They'll risk it all for Mary, except for Brett Favre.
But he doubled back too, though.
Yeah, man. But I wouldn't call Brett Favre a simp in this one though, because he didn't know what was going on like the rest of these niggas did.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
So, all right, this is the first question I have. Yeah, there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Who was the biggest simp in this movie? Is it Woogie? Is it Pat? Is it Ted? Or is it Tucker? This is hard for me, but I think it was.
It's Tucker,
I'm
my
saying
nigga.
Tucker. I'm saying Tucker. Yeah, I'm saying Tucker.
I think Woogie,
Maybe
man.
Woogie. Maybe Woogie. Yeah, but that's a good one too. But I'm going with Tucker because oh my god, the extremes and the levels that he went to, and how would he think that would we gonna get to that later. But you said Woogie, so
Yeah, I said Woogie.
and you said Tucker, right? Rush.
Nah, I said Tucker. Yeah, I said
All
Tucker.
right, yeah, me too. I said Tucker. So why would you why y'all pick those guys?
Go ahead, Rush. I'll let you go
Sorry.
first.
Yo,
With
I picked Tucker because the nigga was he was fronting. Okay. Yeah, I chose
You
Tucker
breaking?
because Tucker was the most deceiving one out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga acted like he was. Can you
You breaking up,
hear me
right?
now?
yeah, you was breaking up a little
Yeah, I can
bit.
hear you now.
All
You
right,
breaking
I'll
up,
go and
yeah.
get mine while you come back in. But no, I said Woogie,
Okay.
man, because I get what y'all saying. It was a close between Woogie
It's
and
close.
Tucker, but I think why I gave Tucker a pass because he was kind of just like a loser from the jump. He was like a pizza man, so he was just like, damn, I'm trying to, get with homegirls. So he was cock blocking the most. But I think Woogie was the worst because he actually sent Ted on the chase. Like, hey man, why don't you go down there and search her? Gave him the investigator, but he also had a pretty solid life, man. His wife was like giving my man brains and shit, so he had a whole solid freak. He ain't even smash. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even
Yo,
smash. What's her name? So that's why I'm like, I could see if his life was in shambles and shit. Had a fat chick, but his wife was like handling business. My man
yeah,
was sitting back drinking a beer. He's still thinking about Mary. I'm like, yeah, he was the worst.
yo, this is hard, man. This is hard because everything you're saying, SJ, is like 100% correct. And his wife was like, she was decent. She was a pretty woman. Like she wasn't bad. She was about willing to bake him and his friend cookies. He said, you know
Yeah,
what?
that's what I'm
He
saying,
said we
man.
don't
She
have.
was.
And then he said, remember he told Ted, he said, listen, if you like them so much, you have them. I'm like, he's ready
Yeah.
to throw it all away. he was willing to throw it all away for Mary. But man, this was hard for me, man, because
but
all of
hold
them.
on, Faith.
I
It's
think,
like
yeah,
but I like what you said about Wookie though, man. Like his wife was like submissive,
yeah,
man. She's making and she had the freak in her. Hey, man, you worried about Mary and shit? It's some shit from high school. That's why I was like, he was the worst because he actually had a great situation, man. His shit was like in order, but he had that weird fetish for what's her name to even set what's his name down there to go find her. Like he was helping him out, but low key he was like, shit, I'm gonna come out there and try to steal the bitch's shoes and shit.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
he was. That
that's
was see, yeah. That's why I said Woogie. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good. Either one is a very good answer. Like I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie. I think Pat. I wouldn't pick Pat because Pat was just. I think Pat was just basically trying to hit, which he did, but he basically just ended up just trying to hit and manipulate to get them draws. He was just like that was. So I don't really think he was the biggest. Ted would be third for me. Ted definitely third,
yeah,
and Pat would be
definitely.
fourth.
Yo, I say Tuck was the biggest simp because yo, he deceived everybody. Like, he was fronting like he was disabled. Really, he wasn't disabled. Man, like fronting like he was an architect. I mean, the length he went through, dog, the front, like he was this official architect that was disabled was crazy to me, man. I said, yo,
Yo,
this is simping beyond simping, my nigga.
But Rush, because I agree with you, he had the most elaborate level of simping. But like the reason why I was like Tucker can't be number one, I was like Tucker was kind of a loser. He was like a pizza man, so he was just like man. But I say Woogie's number one because I was like man, Woogie actually had a good situation. His wife was submissive. She had that freak in her. She's giving him brains while he drinking a beer on the couch. So for him to still be like fixated on Mary and he had a good ass situation, I'm like,
Listen, man. Listen, I don't like the only reason why he even thought about Mary on that degree is because Ted wanted to, find out where she was at and all that. And then, fast forward, he ended up going to Miami with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was not something thought out, nigga. That's why I say Tuck is the biggest simp, my nigga. Like, yo.
yeah. As we talk to this movie, I was gonna be laughing throughout this whole thing because this shit is funny.
it
He
is,
told him
man.
about.
Hilarious, nigga.
Remember, he told him he's moving to Miami because of Rice-A-Roni. He said,
Yeah.
"Isn't that the San Francisco street?"
He's like, yeah, Rice Rody did a restructuring, so he's like, isn't that the San Francisco treat? He's like, yeah, something like that.
Yo, this shit, they all manipulating each other. This shit was crazy, man. Oh, all right. Let me get to this next question, but that joint is crazy, man. Why is it important to not? I mean, yeah, to not be overly invested in a woman to the point where you putting her on the pedestal above your dignity.
Repeat that question one more time.
No problem. Why is it important not to be overly invested in a woman to the point where you're putting her on the pedestal over your dignity?
Damn, that's a good question.
Yo, it's important not to do that because one, that's a form of worship. She's your idol. You know what I'm saying? And two, whenever you put a female first like that to that degree on a pedestal, and she knows you're doing that, she's gonna lose complete interest for you. But that's not even a reason why you shouldn't even do that. The main reason why you shouldn't do that, man, because it's a self-destructive path, man. You know what I'm saying? The moment you do some crazy like that. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, I totally.
and when you do that, and that's why I try to give guys pushback because like I like what Rush said, it's definitely a form of worship, but you're signaling to everybody, that female, maybe future females that might be interested in you, that you see yourself as so low that you're pedestalizing somebody to the point, like you said, you're borderline humiliating yourself where you got no dignity. So it's just like, that's why you can't go that route, man. You're just showing how insecure you are, how lack of worth you see in yourself. So you're literally dissing yourself to people. You're like, man, I don't see no value in myself that I'm willing to tolerate, all this bullshit and be in the friend zone pretty much. So it's almost like you
Yeah,
got a fear of like trying to get with somebody else. Like you know, you're pretty much content and complacent with just like loser shit.
yeah, I totally agree with both of y'all. It's idolatry, that's idol worship, and I don't, I think you don't have, um, you don't have a love for yourself if you putting, a woman over yourself and your dignity. I think that's you're gonna when you do that, you're gonna be
But you
overly,
know
like I
what?
said,
Let me say
that.
this, man. You got women out there that feed off that energy, and a perfect example. I
Is
don't know if
Mary.
y'all seen that, huh?
Mary is the perfect example.
Nah. I'm gonna use another perfect example. I don't know if y'all seen the interview with DJ Academics interviewing Daphne Joy, but that was one of the main things Daphne Joy was saying. Like, yo, man, I enjoy. I get off on niggas that lust over me,
Oh,
that has
facts.
that lustful worshiping energy towards me. She says she feeds off that. And you got chicks out there that feed off shit like that. You got to be careful with women like that because they bad luck, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And then Rush, that's a great example because it's just like, look how it's playing out for Diddy. She filed a lawsuit against him, even though she was on board with all that. Then now look how she's embarrassing 50 Cent. So yeah, when I like to question famous ass because it's just like when you put yourself in that predicament or in that situation where you're pedestalizing, man, you're gonna end up holding the bag, man. It never really works out that great for them guys. So, because like Russ said, them females are predatory. They know how to spot that, and they ain't coming there because they're nice people and that they're like, okay, this motherfucker has me on this pedestal. I'm gonna use the fuck out of him and embarrass him every chance I get.
Yo, jerk, man. You know what, man? Now that I brought that up, we definitely got to do a review on the interview with academics, man,
Oh
and
yeah,
Daphne
definitely, man.
Joy.
Listen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, cause yo, man, like I don't want to derail from the subject matter or the movie review, but I just want to say this: the whole time DJ Academics was politicking with Daphne, like he recognized that he was simping. You know what I'm saying? But because he was so lustful for that chick, he's openly he openly told her like, yo, he's down to trick on her. And by the interaction on that interview, she's with the shits, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful moving like that, man, because yo, those type of women are bad luck, nigga. You shouldn't fuck with a broad like that. I mean, but
Yeah,
let's get back to the subject matter though, you know what I mean?
I agree with both of y'all, especially when she's not that invested in you. And when you're that invested and you're that infatuated with a chick, you're gonna look past all of the red flags. You're not gonna see it. You're gonna be clouded. Your judgment is gonna be clouded, and all you're gonna be thinking about is her, and you know just fantasizing about the good parts, and you're gonna ignore all of the bad qualities in this woman. So yeah, it's idolatry. You should never do it. Oh, I got another question. What's the next question? Hmm. All right, good. Do you think all women juggle multiple men in
Yes.
today's day?
Yes, all women does
I,
that,
I
man.
I totally agree.
I
What
would
about
say
you, Jerry?
initially, like when they first like dating, definitely. But I do think like if you that guy that you're a rare dude, kind of got your shit together in multiple areas, I think they'll cut them other people off quick.
You think for the
But for the
most part,
most part, they're
there's
gonna keep
no.
the rotation though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You think? All right. You think even when they're in a relationship, they juggle men
Yes.
for the
If
most
they
part.
like the dude, if they are actually attracted to him, nah. But if they don't really like him, they just like with him for resources or
I
necessity.
disagree,
Yeah, they
man.
keep in a rotation.
I disagree,
But
man.
I
They
listen.
listen, man. All women that's in a relationship, whether it's a dating aspect or within a marriage, you best believe they got some beta or orbiters around them, man. Like they not gonna
Yeah.
let that go. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm telling you that
Right,
them ones, if they attracted to you, they'll let them go.
but
Nah.
listen, the statistics say 50% of women in marriages have a backup plan. I think that'd be considered juggling men.
Yeah, definitely in them cases. That's what I'm saying. I agree it's a high number. I'm just saying I don't think it's like there's ones that they only see their man and they like, man, I'm cutting out. They know how to operate, but there's a large portion that don't. So
All right, so what would you get the percentage if you're doing rush math? I'll say about 50%.
yeah, I'll say 50. That's what I'm saying. It's high.
Rush. What about you?
Yeah, I say about 99.9, man. I'm
Crazy.
dead eyes, my nigga. Like, yo, these chicks, man. I'm telling you, man. They ain't loyal, bro. They gonna have that. They're gonna have that backup plan. Always,
Yeah.
nigga.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Listen. Next. Go. Say it, Jay. What you about to say?
No, I was gonna say that's funny. My man said 99.9. That shit funny.
Yeah, that's that rush math, man. You know it. Rush. He hard on the nose. So, next question. Why you should never fight over a woman and just let her choose? What's the importance of that? You should never. I don't believe
Oh
you should
man,
ever be fighting.
you should never fight over a female and let her choose, because that's confirmation that she don't want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
just like I was saying before last stream, man, like you press a female enough, she'll cave in and let you and rock with you, even though she's not attracted to you, my nigga. I mean,
Yeah.
Man, what's the saying goes? Pimps get chose. So man,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
also man, if you're sitting there, you're fighting for somebody that really don't like you. Women say it all the time. They're like, hey man, you got to do the most for me to win me over then, because that's how they're looking at it, because they're viewing it as they're settling. So they're like, dude, you got to take me to the 5-star restaurant. See, the dude that she chooses, that's the motherfucker that can get her a stale hot dog from a gas station and he gonna knock the bottom out that thing. He putting up minimal effort. So yeah, nah, if you're sitting there chasing, you're jumping through hurdles, and then there'll be one guy that she's like head over heels and she'll eat some goddamn hot dogs off a vendor cart, and or she'll go on a walk in the park, some free shit. So yeah.
make Sister
Yeah.
Bob great
My type of
again.
day. Yeah. That's my type of day. That's my type of day. Yeah. Those hot dog stands. But I
Mhm.
totally agree with y'all. I don't think. Yeah, you should be. It's dangerous too. Like, why are you risking your life, especially over a female that's not, invested in you? And it's not your girl. You should only be fighting if you're in a relationship and your girl is in danger. That's it.
Yeah, let me
Other
let
than
me
that,
ask y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. Whenever a female, whenever a dude recognizes a female is making him jump through hoops, isn't it important to have some type of self dignity to be? I don't know, your feelings towards that, like very upset because you feel like you've been played. But these suckers and simps be so simpish that they ignore that and still pursue the broad. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because they think it's a circus, nigga. They trying to jump in the ring of fire. I ain't joining nobody's circus, so you won't be seeing me doing it.
Yeah, and it's just, man, I don't think a lot of dudes been around females, man, because I be trying to tell them on a humble, being nice, but it's just like, man, like I got a lot of female cousins and a couple of sisters, and man, you ever hear when females be talking about these dudes that be doing the most? They be like,
Yeah.
it's just nothing but straight disrespect. Like they damn near hate them dudes. They be like, man, I can't stand him, but he gives me this. It's transactional. But they be like, oh, I hope he don't want to get none and shit. So that's how they be talking about them dudes. So that's why it's like, man, you don't want to be in that boat, man, when you chasing, because this is like, man, they're looking at you as like, like a chore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't listen. Don't join the circus, man.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
jump in the
facts.
ring of
And
fire.
if
You
you're
never.
thinking like, yo, why would she fuck with me if she's not attracted to me? It's because there's something that you possess of value that she
Mhm.
wants to retract from you. But after she gets that, she's gonna dump you and move on to the better option. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
be
Yeah,
mindful of that, man. That's why, you know what I mean, I
yeah,
could never take any of these broads seriously, man. You know what I mean? They have a real parasitic attribute. You know what I mean? So, yo, man, stay sucker free, man. These hoes don't love you
yeah,
for real, nigga. Word is wrong.
yeah. I totally agree. I got so next question. The importance of never changing yourself to impress a woman. I think it's, I
Yeah,
think,
man. You don't want to you don't want to go that direction because now you got to keep up with a lot. You know what I'm saying? And yo,
hmm
that takes up a lot of energy. And plus, you should have self dignity and self respect not to lie to a bitch about yourself, nigga. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Always keep it a thou wow, man. You know what I mean? Like keep it a bean, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you fronting pretending to be something that you're not for the sake of the bitch, like yo, you bugging, nigga. You know what I
All right,
mean?
I'm gonna break this down on some psychological shit. So, man, when you changing
yeah,
yourself for a female, what you're doing is you're trying to make yourself attractive to just her. But when you do stuff
yeah.
organically for yourself, you're and you make the improvements without a female in mind, you're making yourself attractive to the masses of females. So men, they just fixate on what that female likes, and 9 times out of 10, the shit she's telling you like that she likes, deep down inside, she really don't like this shit. She's just, she's just like we were talking about earlier. She's seeing you jumping through hurdles. So them guys be like trying to do everything they want, trying to make them happy, and low key she don't even like you. But it's like if you're making improvements and doing this stuff for yourself, and and you're getting feedback, say from like I didn't have my stuff together, and you and Rush was giving me some pointers and stuff, and I apply that stuff to my life, and I get improvements. That's gonna just make me better overall. Like I said, for the masses of females. So that's why you don't want to just do it for a specific, for a woman. You just want to do general growth to actually have growth.
Yeah, she's supposed to be impressed by the real you, not something you pretend to be. And trying to build a relationship with a foundation full of lies is not going to work. It's all going to come crumbling down eventually because it's only so long to fake or pretend. So you want to be yourself, and you get the woman that loves you or likes you for you, not something you're pretending to be. So you never try to change yourself to impress a woman.
And then also,
That's
man,
my
your mindset when you do that, man, you tend to like tolerate nonsense because like you
yeah.
said, it's like once you change for that person, them dudes, like I said, a lot of it is psychological. They feel like now I gotta stay there, tolerate shit. Where if you just made changes for yourself, man, that's how you set up boundaries and stuff, because you're not gonna be tolerating shit, because you're like, man, I done put in this work. I did this growth stuff. So now like any female that stepped to me, she's gotta have her shit together, because I know who I am. I went up there, I did the work and executed. So yeah, it's a lot of it is mental and psychological with guys.
Yeah. Why? This is the last question I got. Why y'all think men are so weak for women?
Oh man, because it's a curse. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, right?
I think.
I know this is so cliche, but the whole Adam and Eve concept or whatever. Like when Eve ate the fruit, you know what I mean? She was cursed to bear children, you know what I mean? And
hmm
with the dude, like he's basically cursed to be responsible for the female, you know what I mean? Because he didn't choose God after she ate the fruit, he chose the broad, which makes him the first record of a simp. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. That's my thoughts on that. You know?
Yeah, I think a woman is a man's test in life. If you can conquer women, I think you can really conquer life because the woman you choose makes or breaks you. So I think women are man's test in life, and a lot of these niggas is failing like a motherfucker because they still weak. But that's my take on it.
Yeah, I think men are weak for women, man, because I think, man, when dudes want to take shortcuts, they don't want to put that work in. Like I said, when you don't put yourself through that growth process, your mind starts kind of settling. You start tolerating shit. So they just latch on to females at that point because, that, like I said, they're scared to lose. So I think that's mainly what it is. Because if you do that process, man, you put yourself through it, it saves you a lot of work
Yeah.
with females because, man, now you don't tolerate as much. You know how to approach them. You know how to keep them there. You know how to like make sure they bring value to you. So I think a lot of men look at it short-sighted. They're like, oh man, I got to do this, cut these corners. And it makes their mind weak to the point where like they just accept anything at that point.
Yeah, these niggas are too weak.
Yeah, they weak,
They're
man.
feeling
Well,
like a
and
mother.
think about it, man. It's got to be a curse, right? You seen all these birds online telling you that they're whores, right? And coleslaws, a slut in a whore, right? And you still
Aside,
pursue these birds to wife them up. You don't think that's a curse, man? Like you see the truth right in front of you, but yet you're still vulnerable to give up everything for this broad. That's a curse, my nigga. Word is born, man.
it's a test. I tell you, it's a test in life. It's like the serpent talking to Eve. They send these women as serpents you know, you got to avoid it. You got to ignore it. The bad females, they serpents.
I
And they
just think
say
I
they
don't know
said
about a
that the
curse. Oh, go ahead.
okay. No,
No, I was just
you
gonna.
good.
I was gonna say, man, I don't know about a curse, but man, I think we have this like delusional mindset with us, man, where we just want. It's like we just hold on to that relationship theory, and it's just so far
Yeah.
removed nowadays. Where I think that the delusion. So maybe it is tied to a curse because men just don't want to separate from that. Even though the picture's painted and we're hearing all this shit, men are just like, well, let's give them another chance, man. Maybe this one won't take me to the ringer in the courts. So yeah, there's something to it. Rush might be onto something. I'm looking up curse right now.
Because we're the true lovers. That's what we are, the true hopeless romantics, man. Women just get romance. We love for real. That's why. And a lot of men have good hearts. That's why they keep giving these women, you know, chance after chance after chance, even if they bad and they want to try to fix them and stuff. Because that's what men do. But not me. I'm smarter than that.
Yo, shout
So
out to Thunder. Salute to Thunder, man. He says you guys should see the new film Obsession and break it down.
I told
okay,
y'all.
no doubt.
I told y'all about. That's what I told y'all about. I saw it in the movie theaters. Y'all, yo, when y'all watch it, y'all probably gonna have to wait because they gave it a since it's doing so well in the box office. I think it's up to like 200 million, and it only spent 700,000 to make. This movie's doing really good,
Damn. Okay.
and they
Oh,
gave it a
that's crazy. That's a crazy flip.
yeah. This
Oh,
when y'all see this, y'all are going to bug out. We definitely got to break that down.
Okay.
yo,
I
we
saw
Okay.
the
got
movie
you,
theaters
Thunder.
last.
Yo, Thunder Dan, we got you. We gonna work on that. As soon as it hit like Netflix or something.
But real quick,
Yeah,
all right, curse. Here's the definition. It's like a solemn utterance intended to evoke a supernatural power to inflict harm or punishment on someone or something. Rush might
yeah.
be onto something. So, because Rush, you're looking at a curse as far as like something that's like it's like our what they say our inherent nature and shit for men to keep going
Yeah,
down this path.
man.
Yeah. Okay.
Think about it, man. You see the truth, right? And you still want to pursue a woman that's very promiscuous, even though the truth is in your face, nigga. That's a curse, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At first, I was giving you some pushback until I started looking at it. I'm like, oh shit, he might be right. All right. But you could go ahead, famous.
We can go to Exhibit A.
All right, hold on. Give me a sec. I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, famous. You definitely said it about that obsession. So yeah, we definitely gonna break that one down. Shout out to Dunder
Yeah.
Dan.
I just posted that too. A clip of the girl Nikki. I was like, if a girl don't love me like Nikki love Bear, I don't want
Oh, that was from
it.
that.
And
Okay,
she
because yeah, I
yo,
saw that post.
this movie's disturbing. Like it's disturbing. It's a horror, so it's kind of disturbing and it's crazy. But I want to. I'm not spoiling it. Well, y'all see it when y'all see it. It's still a movie theaters too, by the way. Very good movie though. It's my horror of the year. It's actually my top. That and Michael are my top two movies right now so far. All right, while Russ is getting that, we can do some honorary mentions in this movie. The step pops at the beginning was hilarious. When he was messing with him, he told some he said she just left for a date with Woogie like 5 minutes ago. They was
That's
messing with
the
they was-
that's the part of the movie that pissed me off. Because at first, man, when I seen it when I was younger, I was like, okay, this is funny, man. But now, when I sat there, I'm like, so they gonna make the black dude the stepdaddy? I was like, the disrespect.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like, the disrespect. I was like, and
he was
she
funny
had a
though.
handicapped child too, so they put the brother all the way wrong. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
that was
was tight
crazy.
behind that shit, man. Too, man. When I saw that,
Yeah, I was like,
like,
damn,
why
Yeah,
they
they
made the
gonna
brother
do
like
that,
the
man?
The ultimate
Got this
sucker.
nigga playing cleanup, yeah.
And it started with the picture with him with the afro and her and the wedding. That nigga
Now the scene was funny, but yeah, I was like, damn, but they made my man a honorary stepdaddy because not only like did he step into that dynamic, like she had a handicapped son and shit. So I'm like, yeah, they did my man dirty in this one.
yeah, he was funny though how they was messing with Ted. Ted is a man. Ted is just a pushover. This whole movie, Ted is just he's a super loser.
Yeah, they try to paint Ted was like the mixture of a simp and also the nice guy prototype.
Yeah, like he was like, oh, that's crazy, man. You found the rest?
I had to log back in. Now I gotta start the whole process over. Give me a sec. Freaking
All right, no
stream
problem.
log.
Yeah, but yeah, man, Ted was just he was. You think he was the biggest? You think he was a Tucker was a bigger loser than him though?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You gotta
Tucker-
understand, Ted actually bagged her. Like he was getting ready to go to the prom with her. It's just that he zippered himself. You know what I
They
mean?
said he's
Yeah, Ted
Y'all
was just
some
like a
sympathy.
unlucky, clumsy
Yeah.
motherfucker. You know, just like he was so nervous around females, so he just ended up fucking it up. But yeah, she was actually feeling him. Like he definitely probably
think
been the one that bagged. Yeah, but Tucker was in the friend zone or some like handicap
Tucker's
shit.
retarded. I think Tucker was really retarded though. I think he could have got a check.
Yeah, Tucker was like, I'm using every angle to try to get in here. My man had a English
Yeah.
accent.
He was throwing everybody. Yo, Tucker psycho lot. That was funny though. This nigga was throwing.
Yo,
He
that
was throwing
shit had
everybody
me
under the bus.
rolling, nigga.
Yo, Tucker was throwing everybody under the bus.
Oh, facts. But man, just even see him go along with the like when he was like trying to get the keys and shit on them crutches and things. Yeah, my man.
Yeah, that's why I said,
Yo.
this nigga is the biggest simp, nigga. I'm like, I could never. This could never be me, nigga. Hell nah.
I can't be none of these niggas. But he was right, man. I would have had the situation like Woogie, man. Woogie had the perfect situation, man, with his wife and everything.
Yeah, Woogie was like, man, he had the beer. She was making like you said, goods. Man, wife was giving him brains while he sit back drinking a beer, watching what was that? Cops and shit.
Yo, that was funny though. He getting brain. He watching his friend on American Most Wanted on the Bad Boys. And then he see Ted getting bagged. All right, this is Exhibit A. This is when you're too infatuated with a woman. This is from the start when he talking about he was so happy that she knew his name, and she said nobody knows my name, not even my friends. So like you just can't be that excited. Like, come on, man. Like from the start, you can't be that infatuated, man. What you thought about that?
Yeah, definitely. They painted a picture. He was like beyond a nerd. He was like a level beyond that. Like you said, he was just so excited. Like she mentioned his name, but at least, like I said, he had an organic interaction with her. Like he stepped in for the brother and stuff, and she was like, "Okay, man." She appreciated that. So I do give Ted some credit for that.
Yeah, I think she was going to him for sympathy, though. I don't think she really was into him. What do you think about that, rest of basically being too infatuated with a chick that you don't even know? Because he didn't even know her at the time. He knew of her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was definitely putting her on the pedestal. You know what I mean? First time meeting Shorty and all that. But Shorty really dug him because he was looking out for her brother. Because oh boy, one of them students came up to her brother, told him to say something to about his private parts towards the other dude, and the dude was with his girl. He said that in front of his girl, so he was getting ready to fight the her brother. But Ted stepped in and was like, yo, chill, he not all the way up there. And then, he was about to, catch the beast by the guy that had a problem with Mary's brother, but she stepped in and she realized like, yo, Ted was a genuine dude. So, which I thought that was like noble that he wanted to look out for the dude that was all the way upstairs. That's why she took a liking to that nigga. Which I think that's a good that's something good to show. Women to don't always seek, the money, his height, and all that. Like, yo, link up with somebody that got good character, and that's what originally what Mary did in the beginning of the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That was kind of brave. That was kind of brave of Ted to do that too, and noble of him, because he probably would have got his ass whipped too.
Yeah.
So that was kind of brave. So you got anything else to say about that, SJ, or no?
No. I like what Rush was saying. Yeah. So she actually went for a character and stuff. And, even when she was like, oh man, later in the movie, she was like, Ted, he had the braces. So she liked the awkwardness with guys and shit. So she wasn't always like fixated on like looks and money and stuff. So
nah,
she was actually
I
like
disagree. Mary's bad. Mary's bad. I'm sorry. Maybe right here she was good skills high school, so maybe, but she took a turn because and she's easy as hell. But we can go to B. Rush. Yeah, maybe then, because throughout this movie, man, Mary's easy, man, and Mary's a hoe. I'm sorry.
She had some bad parts, but characteristic wise, man, she was actually not too bad. She was a doctor, right, in the movie?
Yeah, she was. I forgot
like
what kind of
surgeon, like a surgeon.
Yeah, and then she did like charity work, I think, for like the mentally disabled or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she has some good. Go ahead, Rush. My bad.
Yeah, that's a good quality. Like, that's a good quality if a woman does charity, bro. That's a real good quality of a woman having that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She has
y'all defended Mary. All right.
No, I'm just saying, nigga, like, yo, if you dealing with a chick and she like, think about other people other than her fucking self, yo, that's a halfway decent female, nigga. Because most of these hoes, man, it's all about them, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Who they say are the biggest cheaters, and what profession?
You got your nurses, your RNs.
Right. You can start right there. They care about people other than themselves.
No, they don't, man. Nurses hate their fucking job, nigga.
That's their job.
Nurses hate their fucking job.
They care for people, though.
No, they don't, man. Like, yo, these nurses be bitches, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, but he does got a point, because they do care for people. But I mean, with her, she was like an orthopedic surgeon. But on top of that, she did charity. So I think what Rush is saying, it's like, man, a lot of them just have a job. They don't. They probably care a little bit, but not.
Like, yo, when a woman does, if you ever find a woman that actually donates and serve to the public and she not getting paid for that shit, that's something to look into, man. You got to give that woman I can't believe I'm saying this shit, but she's deemed worthy for a chance, nigga, to figure out who she is and whether you should rock with her, nigga.
Oh shit! You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard this nigga Rush?
Just because she's a fucking nurse, nigga, she getting paid for that shit, nigga.
Rush, I'm gonna clip this section, man. I'm gonna clip this section. I
got. That's true, but I can't say that because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of bad people that do charity too, man. So you can't say that.
Yo, I don't know, man. This is a new day and age, man. Maybe you could teach me something new, bro.
All right. Oh, what would I say? Okay, this is Exhibit B, and I want to know, how did this nigga get the beans over the Frank?
Yeah,
this shit was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. This scene right here, I just want to talk about this because this shit was hilarious. This scene. How did he get the zipper all the way up? That's
Yeah,
crazy
that's
to me.
crazy.
This,
Yeah.
this joint hurt me. This joint hurt me watching it.
Yeah, nigga, that's what make movies don't even do shit like that no more, nigga. Like you're so consumed of the film, nigga. You think you part of the film, nigga. Like, cause when you pull up this, I
Yeah,
was like, oh, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
nigga.
that shit hurt me, man. That's why I say I watched it
yeah,
this morning. I was like, I got like a little tingle in my eye, like a fake pain thing. I was like, oh shit.
yeah. But the funniest part when the step pops walked in, he said all thing he was concerned was how did he get the beans over to Frank?
Yeah.
And then, yo, he was so into it. He was calling everybody to come in and see. He said he brought his wife in there. Like, you got to see this. And then the police came, the firemen came. Yo, this scene was hilarious, man.
Yeah, it was,
I ain't gonna
man.
lie.
If I would have been
We can go-
homeboy and this shit would have happened, I would have took my ass home and like try to work this shit
Yeah,
out. Yeah, this was embarrassing. They called the whole neighborhood was like standing outside too.
yeah, on prom day, like that's crazy. He gonna be a legend for this forever.
Yeah, because my man, he was
That's
like, look,
crazy.
he was like, how'd you know about that? He was like, man, I was only like 4 towns away.
Yeah, and that's crazy that he never knew who Woogie was until late at the end of the movie. That's his friend, and he didn't know Woogie. That's the girl, the guy that she was with in high school. Crazy. So I wonder if Woogie knew, like, if Woogie knew, Woogie playing it off like he didn't know Mary, right?
Yeah, he was trying to play it
Oh,
off. Like he didn't make no mention
okay,
of
okay.
her.
Oh, okay. I thought he found out when he did, but okay, I think he just playing it off, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Rush, we can go to D. I mean C. Woganowski. Crazy. That's crazy, man. Told that nigga how he get the beans over to Frank. That shit is insane. Look, I would never want to be in no situation like that. That's just terrible. Like,
Hell
just thinking
nah.
about it, man. Dang.
This was fucking hilarious right here. This scene.
Oh, this is when he was talking about everything, man, about the zipper and the Frank and all that, and Mary and everything. But the nigga
Yeah,
wasn't even the psychiatrist wasn't even there the whole time, nigga.
My man was eating food and shit.
He came back in from a lunch break or something.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, that sounds spectacular. The only time he like kind of woke up when he said he said that stuff about the restroom. He's like, that's like a homo hangout or something like that. So,
Oh yeah, he found out later in the movie. So this movie, how they connected things was kind of dope too, because this scene connected to that scene too when he went to jail. He was about to be somebody's girl, and he was definitely about to be somebody's girlfriend in jail too. So
he was
lucky.
confused when he said that psychiatrist. He was like, "Huh? What you mean?" He was like, "Yeah, no, that's a known hangout spot." Like he's like, "We gotta dissect this next time." Like he was hitting on him or something.
Yeah, and I told this scene too because this is where this simping got. This is where he really just got to a simp because he said it's been 13 years. He's still thinking about Mary.
Yeah.
13 years. He said it's like he can't breathe when he thinks about her.
But see, this is why I had to give you some pushback about Mary, because, man, it was the guys that was fixated with her. Because, it's not like she led them on. She went on about her life, or it was like an incident where they didn't hook up. And it was the men that was like focused on her and shit.
Yeah, I totally agree, Rob. But the fact that she was juggling these niggas, that's the problem for me. Well, she was juggling like two, but it wasn't because Tucker didn't have a chance. But this scene right here is funny, and it's making it's kind of making fun of therapists and all that, how they really don't really care what you're saying.
Yo,
So
man, they just want to check, nigga.
Yeah, they's looking for that check, but 13 years, Joe. 13 years, you should not be thinking of your high school sweetheart, bro. especially if y'all moved on. Like y'all adults now. Nah, man. Go to
Yeah,
a homecoming or
that's
something.
an
They,
yeah, that's an
that's the session.
that's an obsession, my nigga. Like I can never think about a chick that long, nigga. Like, and I don't see you that much. You're
Yeah.
supposed to forget about that bitch, man. What is wrong?
See you that much. Nigga, he didn't see her in 13 years. Go to D, because this is the next part. This is when you need to seek help, because this is after the therapy. He went and got a private investigator. Now this is some stalking shit. You didn't see her in 13 years, and then you hire a PI to stalk her. Come on now. That's why I said Ted is up there, man. He's not too far from um Woogie and what's his name, Tucker. His is just, it just seemed more innocent because he didn't he didn't really do the how would I say it? They just seem more crazier. He seemed more subtle with his craziness. So it didn't seem as bad because he's more calm about it. But it's still bad. The 13 years you hiring a PI to stalk some woman that you haven't seen that long. Like that's an obsession. What y'all think about that? Him hiring the PI to look after 13 years.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
bit much, man. That's a bit much.
yeah, it's definitely odd. But I think in his case, man, because he was very inexperienced, man, it's like, man,
Mm-hmm.
he had to find that to close that chapter. So that's why I'm saying Tez wasn't, it's definitely creepy,
Okay.
but he was kind of like a nerdy guy, man. So they portrayed him as like, he didn't really have like great relations. You know, it would be different if he had like a
Yeah.
actual girlfriend,
Yeah.
but it kind of fit
I mean,
his
if I came,
prototype.
I
That's
can
what
see
I'm
if he
saying.
came. Yeah, I can't do that, man. I have to wait till I come across it somehow. If we cross paths, then okay. But I ain't going all out like this. So we can go to E Rush because this is funny. A lot of these exhibits is funny as hell. What would y'all? While Rush is looking for that, what would you give the rating or just the comedy in this movie? How funny you think it is?
Oh man, I give it a 10, bro. This shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the comedy would definitely be
Yeah,
up there. Just the whole concept, man. The characters that they selected. Yeah, it's
And the acting was pretty good too, man. Real
nah
good.
facts. Yeah.
but look at the actors they got in here: Matt Dillon, Ben Stiller, Cameron Diaz. They have some. This is some A-listers.
But yeah, this is when they were pretty early in their careers. So yeah, just to put all them together and stuff, and you know,
Hmm.
with the storyline, nah, that is phenomenal, man.
Yeah, this is why. And you notice that they don't have a movie where it's the opposite, where it's a bunch of women chasing a man.
That
Like
never
when
happens,
it
my nigga, unless you like a
exactly did.
Brad Pitt or Chris
Ex-
Brown. But that's an
they're not gonna, but they're
anomaly.
never. Yeah, but they're never gonna make a movie about it. That's the thing. There's always a movie about women trying to tear down a man. Like they always sleeping with the man, and now they're trying to destroy him. It's not about them chasing him, and he's like shit is crazy. So you see the conditioning. All right, this shit right here is hilarious. This is the part we was talking about earlier, but we can expound on it when he talked about he going to Miami. He worked for Rice Aroni now, and then this is the
That shit was
funny part. He said Mary. He said Mary's going to Japan. He said what? He said something about the sumo wrestlers want her or whatever. And he said they buy by the pound over there. Cause remember he told him that she's a whale now. Like she lives in a project. She has like 7 kids and she's huge. He said, "Don't they know she's a whale?" He said, they buy by the pound over there.
yeah.
Yo, this shit is
Man,
hilarious.
the
He
whole
cracking
picture
his
that
shit
he
in
painted of
green.
Mary, man, he made Mary, like you said, like, man, she had all them kids. He was like, man, she in a wheelchair, she a drunk. And my man was still like, I still want to see her. My man was like, look.
Yeah, then he said she's a real spark. He said, but she's a real spark plug. And he said, I thought you said she was a spark plug. He said, no, I said a butt plug. But that was hilarious when he said she's going to Japan. He said, "Where's she going to Japan?" No, one or whatever. He told her they buy
by the pound over there. Yo, that is crazy. That shit, that whole scene right there was funny. Wait, that nigga dip. He saw Mary for the first time. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah. He was
Miami
like, I'm
right now. I'm
locking this
quitting my
in.
job. Yo, he quit his job to go down. Yo, all these niggas was just losing it over Mary. Crazy. And it wasn't even Mary from The Mask, because Cameron Diaz in The Mask was bad.
Yeah, I remember that film, The Mask, with Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
definitely.
see, when she was in there, Cameron Diaz was bad. We can go to Rush. We can go to F. Yeah, Cameron Diaz. Like I said, there's nothing about Mary, but there's something about Cameron Diaz.
Oh, this shit right here. Oh my goodness. This was simping beyond simping in this scene right here, bro.
You said the scene right here? I don't think so, man. I think this was
not the point that it got to there, but I'm talking about how he just fronted like he was an architect, fronted like what else he did, like fronting like he was into like helping out the kids that's like mentally challenged. Like this nigga, oh my goodness, he did the most. This nigga was simping, nigga.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to run a game.
I gotta come back in, Rush.
Okay.
Yeah, he was definitely running a lot of. He definitely ran a lot of different things, man. Tactics, because my man had the architectural designs in the car that rolled out.
Yeah, the blueprints and all that. I'm like, yo, he had everything like jocked down to the T, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he was studying her, so he was like, man, you want something to drink? She was like, nah, I'm good. He was like, damn, man, can I get some money? All I have is these Nepalese coins. So yeah, my man.
I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is simping like a mug, nigga.
But he was like a shyster simp, because my man, even on that date when he went out with her, he's like, man, I left my wallet. So he was he had that homosexual type vibe too, even though he was a simp.
Yeah.
That nigga's like, look, my sipping only goes so far. He's like, I ain't gonna buy you no shit, but yeah, he was hilarious though, because my man started running game. He's like, look, he started downplaying Mary, like, yeah, she about 400 pounds. Yeah, this concept, whoever came up with the storyline was this was great.
Yeah, this was a real good film, man. I'm kind of glad I watched it today, man. Like I want to say it brought back memories, but it let me know like there was actually good films back in the day, man. These movies that they got out now, man, it's straight up trash.
Yeah, some people need to like go back and study some of the old comedy ones, because the dudes that wrote that, they produced and wrote a lot of different heavy hitter comedies from back in the day. So it's like, man, somebody, if you in that lane, it's like, man, go back and study, man, with the storylines and shit. Put that time and effort into it. Because like you said, when I was watching it today, Rush, man, I was dying laughing.
Man, yo, that movie was funny, man. Like, but you know what, man? Like a lot of these writers and directors, they lack originality, man. Like, they just copy what's the next big thing, Yeah. So unoriginal,
Yeah, because I think they the Dumb and Dumber.
That shit was funny. Dumb and Dumber was a real funny movie, man. Like,
they had some. So
maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm just getting real old, man. Because a lot of these films that they got out now, like that's supposed to be in the comedic type lane, isn't really funny to me.
Yeah, a lot of them are corny nowadays. Damn. So like, let me go down there the movie list of the ones they did. So they have Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin. Then they, there's something about Mary, of course. They had Me, Myself, and Irene. That was hilarious.
Oh my goodness, that movie!
Yeah,
What
that's one of
the-
theirs too,
yo,
man.
Wow, they made a lot
Shallow
of
Hal.
classics.
That's another one. That's a classic. Shallow Hal.
Wow, I remember that.
Damn, they did. Yeah, they got some classics, man. Shit. The Ringer. Hall Pass is one of their movies.
All Pass was pretty good.
Yeah, they need a award. They need to be recognized for all this for the comedy.
Kingpin was real funny too.
Yeah, that was funny, man. That's what I'm saying. They got some.
Woody Allen did a great job playing in that movie, man.
Yeah, they definitely got some classics.
Is that his name, Woody Allen?
Yeah,
the star actor.
Damn, let me see. On Kingpin.
Is Finn back there? Hold on.
Woody Harrelson, I think.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. My bad.
Yeah, that was a funny movie. Yeah, let's bring back some memories on this.
Yo, my bad, fam. Usually it signals that somebody.
All right, no problem. That shit cut me off. Y'all talked about Exhibit F yet? That shit was kind of funny too. This is when Pat started his simping.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, Pat was running game though. I said Pat was kind of like he was kind of like a shyster simp because even though he was a simp, he was like, look, I ain't paying for shit. Because you remember when they went out to dinner, he was like, man, I left my wallet.
Yeah. I think Pat was the least. He was the least of the simps though. I think he was fourth because he was just trying to lie to get them draws. So on Exhibit F, what I really wanted to show was Mary's character. This is one of Mary's character, how easy she was. Soon as he said, I have nothing but these Nepalese coins, her eyes lit up.
Nah, facts.
Talk about going to Nepal. This went and she went. That's all it took. She was already sold on that. And that's all he had to do. He just sat there waiting for her.
Yeah, but hold on. I gotta give y'all some pushback on that though. Like he reminds you, like he's been eavesdropping on Mary at her crib, so he knows every little intricate detail that'll get her attention. So by him saying that, that really grabs her attention. That's something that she's real into. But I want to say she was easy because of that.
Yeah, because there was like a series of things.
That's
First,
true.
he showed up at the golf thing. Then you remember like you said, the Nepalese coins, and then the blueprints that fell out the car. So it was like a series of shit where my man ran some game. That's why I was like, nah, he was different. He was a shyster. So because she was just like, okay, because at first she was like ignoring him. She was just like, all right, you're playing golf. That's cool. He sucked. Then when he did the Nepal coins, she was like, "Oh, okay, this is interesting." Then yeah, when the blueprints fell out, she was like, "All right, yeah, he about to get some coochie."
So yeah, what's up that? But come on, man, she didn't even like him until she said that though. That's the problem, guys. She was like kind of like she wasn't into him at all until he said he got those Nepalese coins.
Yeah, but I think she had like a fetish for over there.
He created he created what's the word?
A fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, like he created a common interest between Mary and himself. You know what I'm saying? That's why Shorty was gravitated towards old boy, because like he expounded on something that she had a strong interest in, which was the Nepalese country. And by him having the coins, it's like, what is like? I could get deceived like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know me, nigga, like I'll be like, word is born, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah, because I agree with Rush because he created a lot of commonalities.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
So she was like, okay, this is too much coincidence. Like I got to give him a shot because this is a lot of stuff we like.
That shit is hilarious though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, it was fucking hilarious.
This nigga had he had the golf bag, he had the Nepalese coins, nigga had the blueprint.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you find, and that's simping beyond simping. Where do you find Nepalese coins, nigga? Like, where you gonna find that shit at?
They got the foreign exchange. So yeah, he probably went to the foreign exchange like, man, look, I got $5, give me some coins. Yeah, when they rolled out the car, that shit was that was hilarious. Cause he like opened out the car door, they fell out. She was like, okay. He's like,
And y'all
oh
want to know
shit.
something that we ain't even thinking about? This nigga was basically living in his car. He quit his job. Quit his job
No,
and
no,
then
no. He was
went to
living with his
Miami.
homeboy. He was living with his homeboy. That was from Florida.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the guy that say he almost messed up and said he had herpes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Now, all right though, Russ, you got me that one. You got me on round one, Russ. But you ain't gonna get me by the end of this movie, nigga. Cause y'all on Mary's side.
Rush,
I got some.
been cooking today, man. I'm still gonna chop
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
segment.
All right,
Rush is
Yo,
like,
go to
nah,
G.
don't
famous.
do
I'm gonna
that
give
to
you
me,
some
man.
pushback.
Don't do that to me, please.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I won't do that.
All right, let's go to G. Rush. But that joint, but you're right. He was surveillance in her life, so he did know a lot about her. And he was doing everything she was interested in.
Now,
That
see
shit is crazy.
if a female, like if that happened, because I hate when females be like, I was manipulated. He did this. That was fucking manipulation right there. So that's
Yeah,
one of the few
man.
cases I would be like, oh, I understand. You was manipulated. That cat was running game.
Yo, he was running. I ain't gonna lie. They all was doing some crazy shit. All of them,
Yo,
like they was doing
simping
some
beyond
crazy.
simping, my nigga. Like, yo,
What's this? Oh, I just put this up here to show you Ted's character. How he was a pushover, man. Everybody was just getting over on Ted. He was so naive, man. But this shit was funny too, man. He said, "Oh, I'll help out," and then he made him have pick up a piano. And said, "Yo, he gonna go get coffee, have it in my crib." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yo, he volunteered to help him, and then he's already barking on him, and they said, "Yo, don't put that in my house. I'm gonna get some coffee."
Yeah, they put this. This was a funny scene because Ted was like the doormat for society. Everybody was stepping
Yeah,
on this motherfucker. So yeah, I like this dynamic. It just showed like Ted is
yeah,
just getting stepped on.
yeah. By everybody, man. It's crazy. And then after this, he had to go to a chiropractor. That's that's when he found out. This is when he found out. After this scene, he found out that Mary was a doctor or whatever. But yeah, this scene was just funny to me, and how the guy in the wheelchair was treating him and just bounced while he just had his piano on his back. Yo, that shit is crazy. You got anything to say about that, Rush?
nah, like you pretty much got everything on point. Like, yo, he was definitely a pushover. And that's why it's very important to it's very important to be assertive in life, man, because not only women will take advantage of you, but other people as well, like your boss, you know what I'm saying, friends, co-workers, all that. So always manage a way to be assertive, you know what I mean, in a respectable manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have a backbone, but not to carry a piano like that.
Yeah, fuck that.
We can go to H, Rush. I just wanted to breeze past that part because that shit was just hilarious to me. But they got some scenes in here that's just hilarious, man. The stuff they were saying in these scenes, like you gotta catch it because they're saying some funny shit in between these scenes too. Like the dialogue is hilarious.
Give me a sec, StreamYard tripping.
All right. But Ben Stiller, he got some funny movies that we can review too. Ben Stiller got some funny shit.
Yo, you want to know what movie was mad funny? Dodgeball.
Yeah, that was funny as hell, man.
That shit was
Yeah.
hilarious, nigga.
Yeah, Dodgeball. What's the name too? The Heartbreak Kid with him, the Heartbreak Kid, and Along Came Polly.
Yo, word up. Yo, man, the dude Ben Stiller, man, like, yo, he don't get enough credit for these movies, man.
And that's not it. Zoolander. Ben Stiller got some joints. He got some movies.
Yo, my bad,
Zoolander's
yo.
my shit.
Taking
Nah,
too
no problem.
long.
Zoolander's my shit. The first one, when that nigga couldn't turn left, so he always had to make a full circle every time he turned. The nigga couldn't turn left. Crazy. Nah, his pops too. His pops passed away. Rest in peace to his pops. But his pops is hilarious.
Yeah, him, Owen
And his wife.
Wilson.
And he
Those
got a
are
pretty ass
they're
wife.
like classic. Vince Vaughn. Yeah, they all got some.
Yeah. Wedding Crashes, I'm not gonna lie. Wedding Crashes, they were doing some simping too, especially Owen Wilson.
Yo, what letter we on now?
We on H. Yeah, Ben Stiller's a legend in these
Yo,
streets.
this scene was hilarious. This shit had me rolling, nigga. Hold up.
I gotta see it. Yeah, these niggas, they was just, oh my God, they was doing the most. They was doing the most, man. I think the next two exhibits is gonna be hilarious. Or three. All of these shits is gonna be hilarious because oh yeah, this shit is hilarious. This is what I'm
Yo,
talking about. They
this
was
shit
doing
had me dying, man. I'm like, yo.
yeah, this is just basically the Pat simp origins when Pat just doing the most, bro. He heard you're right, he was eavesdropping on every conversation. So this is when he slipped the dog a pill to, relax him. I don't know what he slipped him, but the dog died for a minute. So he had to try to bring him back to life. And he got the phone wire or something and zapped him. Yo, this shit is hilarious, man. But this is the lengths they took in this movie for Mary just to try to be with Mary was insane.
Yeah, Pat put on the full court press on everything, man. So yeah, this scene was funny, man, because yeah, they came back out. He had that dog wrapped in a blanket, sleeping. They were like, "Oh, he's got the dog wrapped up." Pat was like, "Yeah, love these animals." So my man played everything to the T.
I think Pat and Tucker put up the most effort because Woogie just leached off Woogie let Ted do all the work. He just came in at the end, and Ted didn't really do too much work. He just but Tucker and Pat they was doing the most.
Tucker committed for because he was in a friend zone for how long? Like 13 years. So yeah, and he played like he was handicapped. Yeah, Tucker. I got to give it to Tucker, but yeah, Pat he definitely put in some work.
As far as the effort, yeah, he put in a lot of work, man. He had to write off. He wrote a whole script. He had like pages. He gave his friend pages to read off of. Yo, that thing is crazy, man. All right, we can go to I, Rush, because this is hilarious too. But yeah, that's crazy. They was in there looking for babies. Like just give me anything.
Yeah, that's just funny, man.
What do y'all think about the aunt? All right, wait. This is. What do y'all think about 7-minute ads?
This was a funny fucking sequence, even though it was like kind of
out
of place. Yeah,
this
my
is
man was like,
probably
"Who the
fuck?" So what do y'all think? Look, y'all think he's genius for 7-minute ads, or y'all think it's not gonna work?
Hell nah.
And then he told him, he said, "How about
I'll
6
be back,
minutes?"
y'all. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right.
All right.
No, it was just funny, man, because I do remember like all those it was like back in the 90s or early 2000s where everybody, man, it was like the fitness crave, but it was like all those like shortcut workouts. Like he said, he was like 8-minute abs. He's like, "Look, I got 7-minute coming." And he was like, "Look, if it don't work out, we'll give you the minute back."
So it's gonna be 8 minutes anyway.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, I was thinking, I was like, "Hey, that 7 minutes, it's gonna be catchy because it's just the number 7 that just gets people." So I think it would have worked a little bit,
Yo, this joint is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. This joint is like it's either the dumbest idea ever or he's a genius. but this
No,
nigga
because it's
said,
one of those dumb
you know
ones,
what?
but it's like it could work because
Yeah,
how people's psyche is. Because nah, for real,
yeah,
when they had like the 8 minutes, they'll look at it
yeah.
and be like, "Oh, 7, this must be more intense." So I mean, he would have made some money off of it. But it was funny when he questioned it. He was like, "Hey man, what happens if somebody come with the 6 minutes?" My man like started twitching. He was like, "No, that's stupid. Who the fuck can work out in only 6 minutes?"
He said, yeah. Yeah, he said, yo, nobody works out of 6 minutes. Then he sung some song to him. He said I forgot the song, but the song was hilarious that he sung. And then he said, come to my office because you're fucking fire.
Yeah.
Yo, this actor, I don't know his name, but he's hilarious too. I ain't gonna
Uh,
lie,
yeah, he's
he was
definitely
hilarious
funny. He was on
Half
Half
Baked.
Baked. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
he was on Half Baked. That shit was hilarious, man. He said something sitting on the tree. The song is funny. I should have wrote down the lyrics to that song he sung in the car. And then
But yeah, his
this is
concept
something
was
that,
hilarious though. This was funny, man. This scene.
and it's something after he said when Ben Stiller got out the car. But he said, wait, it
Oh, he was talking shit.
was very subtle though. Like you gotta catch it because they stopped because he said he got to pee, so they stopped at a rest area, and he got out the car. He said, I'm only waiting 7 minutes. When he was getting out the car, he said, I'm only waiting 7 minutes tops. Yo, I don't know why that was so funny to me because he's stuck on his 7 minutes. Like
Yeah, he
he's
was
really
upset when he
branded.
questioned he questioned the formula. When he said 6, that made homeboy pissed off. So he
Yeah,
started
and he was
throwing
the
them
serial
shots.
killer. Dang, I didn't put the scene in there where he was getting interrogated, but that shit was hilarious too. And the guy was getting pissed off at him because Ben Stiller didn't know that he was in he had a body in the car, and the guy was just ready to beat Ben Stiller up. The police officer. He was just
Yeah, yeah.
waiting. Rest still there? Rest there?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
slammed my
I'm back,
man's
man. I'm back.
they slammed my
So
man's head in that table.
yeah, he beat the hell out of Ben Stiller. Yo, Russ, what do you think about 7 minute abs?
Yeah, that shit was funny. That shit had me rolling. So get a minute back and all
Yeah,
that. That shit was funny.
yeah, because he said if you go to a store and you see a video that says 8 minute abs and 7 minute abs, which one you gonna go for? He
He was
said,
like
what if somebody
7.
come up with 6 minute? What if somebody? What if somebody come up with 6 minutes abs though? He said nobody works out in 6 minutes. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my favorite scenes in this whole movie. I ain't gonna hold
No, it
you.
was funny, man, because it was the logic behind it, man. Because he was acting like it was like 30 minutes, like difference between his plan and the next one. It was like minutes. So when he shot down 6 minutes, that's what made it funny. Because it's like there ain't that too much
Yeah,
time difference between 6, 8. But he felt when he said
yeah.
that 6 minutes, he meant that shit sound like 6 hours to him. He's like, who the fuck only work out in 6 minutes? Yeah,
Yo,
it was. I
then
was
when he
dying
got
laughing.
actually, I don't know, man. That just had me rolling, bro. And then when he got the car, he said, "I'm only waiting 7 minutes tops."
Yeah, yeah, he was
That
upset.
is- and then after
He,
this scene, I don't got it in here, but after this scene was hilarious too, because he was on, Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? His
yeah.
friend was watching it while he was getting head from his wife.
Mm, that's why I said Woogie was the worst, man, because his wife was like, most guys, they'd be like, man, I be in a sexless marriage. She don't do that. I get holiday head. She was baking and doing that. So yeah, Woogie was the worst to me. I'm like, Woogie was a loser.
Yeah, then she tried to look up and he saw Ted on the TV. He said,
Yeah,
"What?"
he was like,
Ted?
job
He just
ain't
pushed her
done.
back down.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay.
That's just crazy. All right, we can go to Jay on Rush.
Yo, this shit is funny.
Yo, cause that shit is crazy, bro. I'm gonna come up with six. Watch. I'm gonna be the first nigga to come up with 6 minute abs. This is all right. This all right. Look, I'm Ted and Tucker was doing the most, but I'm giving it to Tucker because not only the stupid shit he's doing, how did he think this was going to get her. Like, how do you think being handicapped was going? That was going to be that was going to attract her. See, Ted did it right. He was doing it.
He did that.
You know,
He did that because he knows Shorty got a mentally challenged brother, so he knows that Mary has a soft spot for the mentally challenged people. That's why he was. That's why I say he the biggest sucker, because he did that because he knew Shorty would have a weakness for that. You know what I'm saying?
but not,
Because
not
of
to
her
be
brother.
with though. Yeah, but not she has it not to be in a relationship with.
Yo,
She
nigga,
does.
for some, whatever reason why he thought to pretend to be like this was fun. He thought that's gonna bag a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Well, because I think his psyche was so bad, man, where he was just like, look, even if I probably don't get her, at least like I
he's
could
gonna
be
be
her
near
friend, and she'll have that care
Yeah.
for like what Rush is saying, like for like how she does them people that got disabilities. So yeah, my man, this was a hell of a commitment, because I actually thought he was like fucked up until I see the later part. I was like, damn, man. I was like, my man struggling to get them.
When old boy, the murderer nigga saw the nigga, was like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? Like, yo, this nigga is not even handicapped. I was like, yo, he is the biggest simp out of all these niggas.
Yeah, he had it bad, man. Like,
Yo.
because like what Fabian said, it's like to even commit, like she's not gonna like you like that. She's gonna like you as a sense of like empathetic, and like she'll like care for you in a nurturing way. But yeah, she ain't gonna want to like smash you when you in this state. So my man took himself out the game.
But I think Tucker's whole thing was he was so obsessed. He didn't care about really being with Mary. He just wanted to be near Mary. He just wanted to be anything near Mary, a friend, anything. It didn't matter. But you saw his picture on his ID. That shit was hilarious too.
yeah, that shit was fun.
It was mad funny.
And the crazy part is he has to be the biggest simp, because how he got there was he let his friend really. He wasn't even pretending. You know, he wasn't pretending to be like that at first. At first, he really was, because he said his friend hit him in the back with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
So at first, he was this nigga really into himself and be crippled to be like that. That's crazy. He just pretended the rest of the way. Nah, he's the biggest simp. And he said the reason he was like that, because you know he's a pizza delivery boy. He said after he delivered her pizza, that was it for him. he said she opened the door and that was it for him. And then he let his friend hit him with a baseball bat in the back. Yo, how you see a girl? But I don't understand that. How you see a girl one time, it's like, yo, I'm gonna let you hit me with a bat, cripple me. That's crazy.
But even when he was shitting on Pat, you remember, because they went to that like architectural thing, and she, you know, they was like looking at buildings, and she was asking what's his name questions about it, like, hey, is this a stucco? He was like, yeah. But you know, they went up to the office, and homeboy was making it seem like that was his office. So that's what I'm saying, man. My man even lied about being up there, because he's a pizza delivery guy, boy. But you know, he's sitting up in that high, you know, office in that building and shit. So I'm like, what, he snuck up there?
Get there.
I don't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what made it funny.
That's great. Yeah, we gotta talk about Tucker while we're on here, because he did a lot of stuff. He threw everybody under the bus, and the accent he had was hilarious.
Yeah, because even when he was he was so nice with it with the cock blocking. He ain't know shit about architecture, but he was like, oh, and you built them buildings in whatever country they were talking about. He was like, is that down by so and so? So he's winging all this shit. Because you remember when he was talking to Pat after it, he was like, I didn't know where none of that shit was. So I was like, damn, you was hating on the fly like that, nigga. You done mastered the game of like cock blocking.
Yeah, that's crazy, because he was high, he was fronting too, like he knew, and he calling him out on it. Yo,
because you remember that's what drove what's his name to tell the truth. He was like, because he came over there, he was like, man, you know, he ain't built none of these buildings, and he kind of started questioning back, and then that's when he was like, oh shit, I gotta like, you know, come the truth. But he would have known what's his name was like, didn't know shit either. You know, he could have still played into it.
The funniest part is when Ted was he made up for that when he made up for that with the he lied about it and everything. And then this nigga Tucker. I mean, this nigga Tucker said he's a serial killer. And that was it. Like,
Yeah.
yo, he wasn't. Yo, he was relentless. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. And that was it. Like he couldn't recover. He couldn't recover from that one. It was over. She
Yeah,
said, "What I'm supposed to
Tucker.
do? I'm supposed to go on a date with him." Yeah, nah, Tucker. He about to beat Tucker's ass.
Tucker was kind of a perv too, though, because when he came to the house with the bottle and stuff, and he gave it to the friend, and she was like, "What should we drink up?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to, hopefully Mary drinks it and she passes out and I could get on her or something." But she like swept it under the rug. I was like, "No, Tucker running some weirdo game."
Yeah, and then remember he said I was doing something thinking about Mary, and then he stopped and daydream. He said, "I always do."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Tucker was definitely a pervert. You saw him in the strip club when they was in the strip club talking. When he told him that he had his friend beat him with a baseball bat, and the girl said, "Fuck off, Tucker." He said, "I love when you talk to." I mean, he said something about Dang, he said, "I love when you talking to me rough, babe," or something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember that scene.
Yeah, Tucker was a perv, straight perv.
Straight up.
Nah, he psycho simp behavior. Yeah, Rush, we can go to L. So we about to be 1-1 on this one, Russ, because you got me on the first one. But this you can't defend Mary on this shit. You can't defend Mary on this one. I'm sorry. We not defending Mary all this movie. Because she was juggling these niggas. All right. This is when this is actually when they made up and they was dating, her and Ted. Listen, man, Ted was her boyfriend at this time. And she went on a date with not Ted, Pat was her boyfriend at this time. And then he left, Ted came into the picture, and she went on a date with him. Come on, Mary was juggling men.
Nah, I just think this was because it looks like that. Because like they made up, but it's not like she was really that deep with Pat. So she was still like, let me give him a shot because
they was dating. They showed the scene, but they were showing the scenes with them dating actually. Like time was passing and they was together.
Yeah, but she was seeing like signs of him because you remember how he was talking about the handicapped people. He's like, these little bastards, they're growing. And then he was conning the brother. He's playing chess with him, taking their money and shit. So she was like, and this is the same scene. They went on a date and he was like, man, I left my wallet at the house. So she was kind of already probably like, this dude kind of a bum. He already done lied, but now he mysteriously left his wallet. So then she saw somebody from her past, and she was like all shocked, like, "Oh damn, what you doing out here?" So I think it was more or less like she was like, "What was that?"
But I get what you're saying. I don't think she liked any of these guys, honestly, but she was still dating him. Like, come on, he left, and then she going on a date with the next guy.
Yeah, because I think the only reason is because it was like, I'm gonna give you an example. Say like. There was a girl that you probably knew from the past, and she actually had some feelings for you, and she was like in the early stage of dating somebody. She's probably gonna like jump off of that and get with you because she's like, okay, I'm not really committed to this guy. This is the time to jump off. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'll give it a pass. Now, if she was like dating Pat for like a year or something, I'll be like, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but they were showing time passing. We don't know. I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right, but we don't know how much time passed. But because they were showing that they was like actually dating.
Yeah.
Because they was kissing in every scene. I think they was in a relationship for a little while.
That's a good point though. Yeah. So they definitely was seeing each other like that. But I think it was, when you see somebody from your past like that, I think that's where she was like, let me go ahead and hang out with him.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that's still juggling men.
Yeah, it's juggling a little bit.
What you got to say about that, Rush?
Yeah, I mean, she was, I wouldn't say juggling, but yeah,
on,
I mean, yeah, she did them niggas foul, man,
Like, I don't think she liked any of them, man. Come on, to be, like, I saw that she didn't really like Pat, though, because you can see when he kissed her, he said something about her stomach, like his tongue was in her, like, something she said. She was kind of turned off when her kissing her, but I think she was over Pat. But man, I think she still was with him. You could have left. You could have like ended it first. I think that's still kind of cheating. This nigga just walk in your life and you start dating him after you just kissed this guy. And
Well,
this
I
what makes
mean,
what's
yo, that's how most women move. Like, whenever they get ready to replace your ass, they start, you know what I mean, dating the dude that she's getting ready to replace you with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And Ted is a simp. This is what Ted is a simp. You come over there and you see that and you turned on by it. Like you just see her kissing this guy and you still want to be with her.
Especially when it was the guy that you sent down there. You see him kissing her that fast. Like, damn, so you already got bagged shorty like that and you
Yo,
damn near
but
just
yo,
moved
the
out
nigga
here. So
had
I
the
would have been
upper
turned
hand
off.
though. He had the
Huh?
upper hand, like he was eavesdropping
Oh
on
no,
the information.
absolutely. But I'm just saying, like,
Man.
if I'm looking
Yeah.
at that situation, I'd be like, damn, you already hollering at this dude and he came down here and he, because you don't know all the inner details. But I'm saying if I wouldn't have seen it, I wouldn't be like, damn.
But on some realness, man, like yeah, he should. First of all, he should never be like obsessed with this broad 13 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And second of all, you know what I mean, you seen that in Miami, you should have been like, all right, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, the nigga still pursued. That's what makes him a simp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if I see it. Listen, if I see her kissing some guy like that, I'm not gonna be turned on. But I'm turning the other way and walking away.
But you know what, man? A lot of suckers and simps, man, they still put, even though they know a chick is in the situation, they still pursue that bitch like she's single, nigga. And that's, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
If I see that, I'm turning the other way. I'm not turned on by that, man. I see her tonguing down some other
Hell
man, and
no.
I'm gonna go over there and want to ask her for a date after that. Man, hell no, I'm not doing that.
You know,
I
she's
say
for the
hi,
street.
how you doing? Yeah, I say hi, how you doing? That's it. I'm not trying to pursue it after that, especially after 13 years. That's 13 years of snickerballs. All right, go to where we at? My bad. Go to M.
Yo, how many exhibits we got left?
Nah, we only got one, two, three.
Three,
Okay, we
okay.
good.
That's it. We almost done. But I gotta say, this one's just a question for y'all.
Which one we doing now? M?
Yeah, he said M.
Yeah, we're gonna do M, and we got two more after that. Cause this one's hilarious too. I gotta ask y'all a question on this one.
Yo, my bad, SJ, man. I clicked the wrong one.
I was like, my man said, fuck SJ. No, I'm playing.
Nah, never
Yeah, I got a
that.
question. Yeah, I got a question for y'all. SJ, you're a married man, so this got to go before your marriage, cause I want to, disrespect your union. So,
Okay.
cause this is hilarious. So you already got you. So you don't really have to. You don't. This doesn't really apply to you because you already got your woman. So. This is probably one of the most iconic scene in rom-com history. Everybody know this scene. There we go. So before y'all go on a date, do you go on a date with a loaded gun, or do you flug the dolphin, choke the chicken, or slap the salami?
You got rub one out.
You think you can't go out? You can't go. So you don't go on a date with a loaded gun.
Yeah, you can't. Well, it's for them, like, because most guys, like, if you got like motion, being
Yeah.
honest, like, you're probably getting someone on a frequent basis, so you're not going to be in this predicament. But like them guys that don't, yeah, they need to rub one out because, man, when they get that like first interactions, because like all these guys, that's why they were like pedestalizing everything. It's almost like what you remember how they tell you like whenever you go shopping, eat before you go because motherfuckers is like throwing junk food all in the cart because they're hungry and shit. So that's kind of what ends up happening with them. It's just like, man, if they got that loaded gun, they just like ignoring all the red flags because they're like, damn, I want to be with her. So they just missing all the red flags and shit. So yeah, you gotta rub one out.
And this whole sequence from him talking to his friend, when his friend said, "You didn't flug the dolphin," and then he set him down and said, "You're going out here with a loaded gun." He said, "You know what?" He said something about you don't got the baby batter in the brain no more.
Yeah. Nah, what he was saying, it was facts. Cause yeah, a lot of them, man, that have issues getting women, yeah, they get one female, like a little bit of attention. They're just like, I love her.
Yeah, they say that you got to do that before dates. They said see how you really, or they said choke your chicken and then see how you feel after about her. Because sometimes that's like post nut clarity, basically. So I think, yeah, I agree with you. You can't go out there with a loaded gun. What about you, Rush?
I mean, if you're sexually active, you don't have to worry about doing that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but a lot of people don't got. A lot of these guys still don't got sex. This dick discipline, and they be thirsty as hell. But yeah, that scene was funny when then he did it and he didn't know where it was at. And it was on his ear. She
Yeah, it
said it
was
was
on
the
the
hair
ear. You
gel.
remember she snatched it off his ear like it was a earring, and that's what she put it in her hair. She's like, oh, I could use a bit.
Oh my goodness, that was
Yeah, that seems iconic.
Oh my goodness.
And her hair, look at her hair throughout he didn't even say nothing. He had her walking around looking retarded.
Yeah, this was
That,
hilarious though.
yeah, it's the iconic scene. Everybody notices. That shit was funny as hell. Her hair was stiff as fuck. All right, we go to you can go to O Rush. We can skip in because we already talked about that. Told that nigga he said you ain't got the baby batter in the brain no more. He said you're right. I've been going out here with a loaded gun.
Yeah, that was a funny sequence, but it held a lot of truth, man. Because yeah, a lot of them dudes that, man, I'm telling you, they get
We can skip
attached
this
quick.
one, Rush, because this is just basically him just the things they was just doing to impress Mary. He had this nigga in a pink Power Ranger suit with a cape, crazy, and this nigga
Yeah,
was
he
just
was
doing
definitely he
this
was
going.
putting in quality time with the brother to get to marry. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, he was. All right, go to P. We done after that. What do y'all think the funniest scene in this movie was? What was the funniest part to y'all in this movie before we go to the last one?
Yo, mine was the dog scene.
Which one? The dog when the dog attacked Ben Stiller, or when he tried to revive the dog?
Yo, that shit was funny too. But when Pat tried to revive the dog, well, he did revive the dog, and the dog caught on fire, and he scratched it, and then and he covered it with a blanket. Was like, oh, and then oh man, this shit was funny.
No, I think the
Oh
funniest
my
scene
goodness.
was when Pat was like leaving down in Miami, and he told him the rice roni. That shit was hilarious. And he
That
was
shit
like
Yeah,
was
that whole
funny.
dogging out Mary and shit. I think that was the funniest sequence, man.
yeah. He said I thought you said she was a spark plug. He said no, I said a butt plug. And he said, and then he told her, no, she's not in Miami no more. She's heading to Japan. She's a prostitute. He told her, yeah, for sumo wrestlers. He said, don't they know she's a whale? He said they pay by the pound down there.
Yeah. Cause all the shit he was saying, man, he was just like winging it. But yeah, my man started off like, man, she was in a wheelchair. She had like 7 kids. Then he was just like, he just kept on going down the line. He was like, man, so you gonna just quit your job? He's like, yeah. So where you working for? He was like, rice and roti. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that's nice. My favorite scene is mine's the 7-minute abs.
Yeah, that was funny though too.
Nah, that car ride that was hilarious to me. All right, this is the last thing. This is also not a happy ending to me because it is not realistic. She's not choosing Ted over Brett Favre. I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen in any universe in the world. I don't care what the situation is. And you saw how he was crying when he left.
Oh, my man was balling.
Nah, he did the right thing though. He did the right thing, but he didn't really want to do it. That nigga left the house crying. Like,
Nah, he did. Yeah,
and
he was
then
balling out. But this
yeah,
scene right here,
crazy.
man, this is where he kind of gained his like manhood back because you remember she asked him a question like,
Yeah.
Because he was told her like, man, y'all really don't love her. You're just infatuated with her, pretty much. You know, y'all just like the concept of Mary, but it's like, man, you don't even love her. And then he was like, yeah, I don't even, really care about her like that anymore. And that's when he kind of stepped back in his manliness. That's when she noticed. She was like, oh shit. That's when she came out there. She was like asking him like, so you really feel about that? He was like, yeah. So that's like we were saying in the beginning of the movie, the questions you was asking. It's like, man, this is why you don't chase and pursue too much and do all this stuff, stepping out of your character. Cause it's like, man, when you finally become who you need to be and you present that, they'll end up like kind of pursuing you and shit. So that's what happened, man. So I like how they did the end dynamic when he finally stepped back from being all obsessive with her. And it's just like, all right, man, here's Brett Favre. He's a good guy. Peace out. I mean, he was crying like a little bitch, but at least he, like you said, he did the right thing and stepped off and shit. And she came and pursued him.
I think moving forward, Ted would be better. I think he would be better. I think he'll get over it.
Yeah, no, facts.
Yeah, do y'all think he's choosing Ted over Brett Favre?
Yeah, because I think the character they painted, man, like she's, like he got the status and stuff, but she liked the quirky shit. She was like one of the few females, like how they painted her in the movie was like, because she was like, oh, I like the braces, the awkwardness, stuff outside of money and status. Because I mean, she was actually successful, man. Dentists get paid, not like millionaire status, but she chose the guy that was best for her life, not the superficial shit.
You think
but
so?
Yeah,
though?
Real life, no, she wouldn't. She would have went with Brett Favre.
But even in the movie, because you see when her friends was talking about her, how they said her boyfriend always switch. They were saying that she's confused. When they were talking, they said, Mary, you're confused. You don't know what you want, whatever. Because her taste changes. Like they said they were describing the guys she dates, and it was all different type of guys.
Nah, definitely. But she had the two prototypes. It was like Brett Favre. And then what's his name always stuck in her mind because it's just like a freak accident where like people moved on. But she actually liked the homeboy. That's what I'm saying. She had like a weird connection with him. Like, damn, he just sat in her mind. So I think sometimes people try to find that prototype. And so they're kind of picky because it's like if they just imagine it, like if a chick had you early in her life famous, that's what I was saying earlier, like, because the way you carry yourself and stuff, she's gonna kind of measure up everybody to what she was attracted to. So I think that's what happened with all them boyfriends.
All right, so we got our second happy ending. Y'all think this is a happy ending?
Yeah, I think in this case it is, man.
Oh, this is the second one then.
Yeah, I mean a happy ending for Ted because he actually bagged her at the end of the film.
Nah, the happy ending gotta be a happy ending for both. So do you think this is Mary and Ted? Mary and Ted's happy ending together?
I mean, I would say she actually likes Ted. You know what I mean? It's just that in the beginning of the film, they never really linked up because of his zipper accident. But I think if it wasn't for that, they would have linked up from then. They kept in touch, but because of the whole hospitalized situation, they never linked up. But if she was really digging Homeboy, she would visit him at the hospital, try to figure out what was going on with him. So it's a one-way street.
Yo, shoot. Dang, I thought you was going. So we ain't got the happy ending then, because I don't think
this is a happy ending. Y'all wildin'.
Nah, so we only got one happy ending, bro. SJ.
Because you got to think about it. She got the prototype of Brett Favre, and he's actually a good guy. He get along with her brother. But what caught her attention on this sequence was when you remember he grabbed Warren's headphones and Warren didn't snap. He was like, "Oh, okay, see you later, Ted." And she was like, she noticed that, like, damn, he's not even snapping no more at Ted. There's a different connection because she loved her brother too, so she knew for that brother not to snap because typically you touch his headphones, he's swinging on you. So for that to happen, she looked at it. So if she's walking away from like the money and prestige, because it's not like Brett Favre going to come back after she did that. So that's what I'm saying. If she's willing to walk away and she does all the charity stuff mixed in, Nah, she's actually a decent female all around. Definitely has some flaws, so I see what you're saying, Famous, but to walk away from paper like that, that's a different type of woman, because most of them ain't doing that shit. Even though it's a movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
they
I mean,
do it.
in real life, she would have did linked up with the other dude, but
Oh yeah, nah,
it's a
Brett Favre would have
movie.
been balls deep in that if it was real life.
They walk. Nah, they walk with. Look at what's her name? What's it called? Janelle Bumpkins, whatever her name is. Tom Brady's wife. She walked away from that shit. She's a thought too.
Yeah, but she got like 400 million, and so her scenario is a little different. Plus, she already had him, so she's like, I'm bored.
I don't think Mary liked any of these guys. I think she does like Ted. I think she really likes Ted, but not in a romantic way. I think she likes him as more of a friend.
Yeah, maybe so. They need to probably do a second part. There's something about Mary, like an update.
Yeah, they.
That would
I'm
be
telling
funny.
you, they do. Yeah, but the only movie I think we got is happy ending on is Temptation with the black guy. That's the only happy ending I've seen in the movies we reviewed. Those other ones we did, ain't none of them motherfuckers happy endings.
Yeah, I'll put this one in that category, but I see what y'all saying too, though. But nah, definitely a funny ass movie though, man. This is,
Yeah, good movie, funny movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I watched it mad times though. I never watched it to break it down, but I watched it, I really like this movie.
yeah, there were some good ones where we're looking at the dudes that wrote this. Yeah, they had some good ones on their Shallow Hal. I forgot about that one. That was one that they created.
That is hilarious. Jack Black is that's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie.
Me, Myself, and Irene. That's another one they made. That was hilarious too.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so they
classics
some heavy hitters. Oh yeah, Kingpin. They heavy hitters.
So do they still write movies? Because what's going on with the new movies that's coming out? I think a lot of those directors and writers don't do movies no more.
Yeah, I gotta look at the list again because I know they have something that was recent that was actually pretty good. Because they did Dumb and Dumber.
Yo, Dumb and Dumber 2?
They did Hall Pass too. Hall Pass is one of their movies.
Oh yeah, that still is not out. I checked it out. That's still not on nowhere.
Yeah, but it's been a while, man. I think they had like Dear Santa, some other ones that probably just didn't get that much notoriety, but
that's crazy. They were all that's crazy because they got some classics under their belt. Like you don't see too many that have that many. That's a lot.
Yeah, they got a few, man. That's what I was saying. When I started looking at their list, I'm like, damn, they wrote all those ones, man. Yeah, that's what I was telling when you dropped off for a little bit. I was telling Rush, I was like, man, they need like they definitely Hall of Famers for the movies they produce.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not that. Of course, they need to write some more movies then. And a lot of these actors need to come back too. A lot of these actors don't want to come back because they said they don't know how to make rom-coms no more. They don't know how to make comedy. That's why the comedy genre is dead. Vince Vaughn had a whole interview about it. He was talking about it.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, they getting too sloppy. I think people, because the budgets ain't there. I think they're just rushing plots. Like, man, let's get this out, man. So it'll land on Lifetime or Tubi or some shit. So it's just like they're not putting effort in it.
I forgot what they was trying to say too, because Vince Vaughn was saying how they're not letting comedians play their part no more. They're letting like influencers or some shit. Like I don't know. He was saying a lot of stuff though. Why comedies are not as good as they are no more, and how they can't say a lot of the stuff no more because it'd be offensive.
Yeah, it's a mixture. I agree with that. But all right, y'all, man. You want to go ahead and do these parting words?
It was another great movie review. Stay sucker free. Never put a woman over yourself. And let's just tune into the Libudo Network. You get all the information you need about all these hoes.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I love these movie reviews, man, because when you start looking at these movies, man, it'd be so many like layers and dynamics, and it gives you a good baseline to like do breakdowns like we be doing, man. So yeah, I definitely like doing these. But yeah, as far as this movie, men, don't put yourself in a dynamic where you're pedestalizing and worshiping, like Russ said earlier, man, because when you're in that, you're just not gonna win. That female, like I said, she'll deal with you to use you and take your resources, but she definitely don't like you. So that's like a short-term thing that you thinking that you're winning, but it don't play out that great. I like the example Rush did with the Daphne Joy. You're gonna end up like getting taken advantage of, some lawsuits, or you accidentally put a baby on that type of female. It's gonna mess
Oh,
up
yeah, that's
your
terrible.
legacy and lineage. So, man, just get somebody, work on yourself, and get somebody to actually like you, man. You can't shortcut that process.
Fact.
Yeah,
All right,
my
Rick.
last words. My bad, guys.
No, you good.
My last words is, yo, listen, man. You can't create chemistry between yourself and the female by force of habit. It got to be something that's genuine. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
if it's genuine, man, you can tell, by the way she texts you back, how quick she texts you back, how she talks to you, does she spend her own money on you, and etc. Man. And if so, you know what I mean, stay sucker free, man. These hoes don't love you. You heard? It's your boy Rush, aka Ramondo, out here chasing that oil, that guacamole, that ragu. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and always remain sucker free. You heard? I'm out. One.
All
I'll
right,
catch y'all on the
peace.
flip, y'all.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right.